Oh, good. So what happened, you guys, is we gotta have a little connection problem with the Wi with not no, our Wi-Fi's fine, but for whatever reason, we are muted. But he's gonna figure it out for sure. Anyway, we're
Yeah,
riding up the elevator.
like this. I just figured it out. Now we're bouncing. All right. Now we're bouncing over the thing. People got to see into my pretty much into the 8th dimension of the 10th floor as they saw my little editing software that I use to broadcast. So there we go.
So now y'all can hear us,
Now
right?
they all can hear us. This is
Yay!
us. This is Matthew working without a producer. I even gave
Hmm.
myself plenty of time to get ready today, and I still didn't make sure sound was working.
Well, that's because we were talking too much.
We were talking all kinds of life and stuff. And also, this is also great for the people who are, video watchers and not audio listeners, because now you have a reason to go listen to the audio version of the podcast, because everything we talked about was recorded, just not broadcast.
Well, shall we get
Hey.
so let's we're on the elevator and the door's open. Go.
Yes, we're on the elevator. The doors have opened. The Wi-Fi, hopefully that's on at some point. I don't know. Whatever. If you look over to the left, you can see Austin and Britt having a hushed conversation about life, about illness, about what the hell to do next. And over in the nurse's station, you can see Terry and Willow also having a hushed conversation about life and illness and, well, what are we going to do next?
Right.
Hey, everybody.
Man.
The chat had a chance to just totally load in while nobody could hear us.
Well, that's
Nikisha,
good.
Judy, Daisy, Lola's mom is here. Susan, Chandra, Stephanie, and Irma. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 10th
Oh,
floor.
Chandra was able to come this week.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yay. So, which sick person do you want to talk about first?
What sick person do I want to talk about first?
Now, do we want to have the fun? Dive right into the pool of just enjoyment, of saying, what were you thinking? What did you think was going to happen this whole time? Why are you so gosh darn surprised? Or do you want to talk about saying goodbye to Britt for a little while?
There is a few sick people, aren't there?
There is 2 sick people.
Let's talk about Britt first because let's talk about Britt first.
Okay.
So, well, Britt's got the shakes, huh, you guys?
Britt has the shake. She's got the shake. She can't operate the vending machine. She had a terrible time opening up the club soda,
Yes.
That was just 2 things that happened, not to mention the coughing fit that she had at dinner.
Yes. She got the symptoms.
The Huntington's is starting to set in when it comes to one Ms. Britt Westbourne.
Yes.
So what's good?
She's self-proclaimed the britch with plenty of britchiness.
Right?
That's what she said.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's the truth. It's the truth to a degree. I don't know. There's evolution there. I don't know. Like, what do you do?
Absolutely.
In
She's
this?
not, like Austin told her. You're not the same as you were before.
Oh no. Like not like he would know, but yeah.
But he kind of explained that, though. He explained that with people talk.
Yeah.
And
well, especially
sure
at General Hospital, when you got a nurse like Amy, nothing stays secret.
Yeah. Every Amy that ever works in that hospital got the diarrhea of the mouth.
Every Amy that's ever worked in a hospital. Have you met a nurse Amy that's a chitterbox?
Amy Irving, the old school one.
Oh.
She was the same. The same.
I bet they named her Amy because she was going to also be a gossip, and it was kind of a little wink and a nod. Like, it's the new Amy.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either. GH does that kind of stuff. It's fun things.
Yep.
It's fun things. Oh, Stephanie reminds us there's also a 3rd sick person on this show, and Heather Weber is mentally sick.
Oh,
so we can't forget about her.
Well, actually, we got 4 sickies.
We got 4 sickies.
Britt's a sickie.
Mm-hmm.
Dexter's sickie right now too.
Dex is all shot. He got a big old hole in his belly.
He's a sickie too.
He has an infection or something.
Yeah.
He's all like, I'm sweating in Jocelyn's dorm bed.
Yeah. He was sweaty at the end of Friday, wasn't
He
he?
sure was. He's sick. He got a punctured appendix or something.
He got something.
And Joss
Got
is gonna
something.
have to get Sonny's real life son to help her.
I know. That young man. You can really see that. You can really see his father across his eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think he looks like his dad
So
across his
how long before Maurice Bernard is like, all right, so we're gonna give my kid a full-time contract here, okay, and we're gonna find out he's really a Corinthos. All right,
eyes.
it's the
Exactly.
maids. He's what's the name? What's the name of the nanny that always raises the kids? Uh, uh,
Oh,
gosh, what's her name?
don't make him dirty like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Dang
no,
it.
he's been boning her.
Oh, gonna turn him into an Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yeah, why
huh?
not? Why not?
Hmm.
It's fine. It's all right. It's all right.
Well,
Sonny's never cheated on
there's
his
been
wife.
a few. And can you guys remember some of those nannies' names?
There's
Wasn't there
one.
a,
There's one
there
that they
wasn't
talk
there a
about a lot recently. Mm.
Lucretia for a long time, wasn't it?
Oh, I have no idea. You can't tell me. Hopefully, the chat will tell us in a moment. Hey, Chandra. See, that's not. See, everybody's talking to Chandra. Chandra's more popular than us. Letitia is someone that Nikisha remembers. I don't know.
Hmm.
There's somebody right now like Oma or Amu or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
has
I
to
don't
take
know.
care of
I
the
see.
little
I don't
girl.
want to just make up names because it can get really offensive.
Yeah, but they've had several. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't want Sonny's real life son to be
It would
on the
be
show
interesting.
as the secret love child between him and
It
one
could
of
be
them
the
was
secret love
murdered.
child between him and Brenda. Could be.
Gosh, yes. See, she was pregnant this whole time and sent Sonny's kid to Port Charles in the hopes that fate
Well,
would intervene.
it would coincide. It depends on how old they try to make this kid. Well, they're gonna make he's college. He's
Hmm.
college. So they would have to really source him for him to be the offspring of Brenda and Sonny the
Well, then
last
he
time
has
he
to be
was in
the
town.
offspring of Brenda and one Mister Dante. Then, okay, because then he can still have Sonny Grandpa eyes.
Yeah, he could.
See, and then there's people out there. There's GH fans that would love Dante and Brenda to have had a kid because
Didn't
apparently
they
they
have?
had some sort of pre-show fling.
I think they did allude to that though, that Dante knew her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I
Yeah,
didn't
in
see it,
Europe,
but I
right?
know I've seen tweets about it. I've seen the fandom talk about it, so I am familiar
Mm.
with Dante and Brenda having some sort of interaction before
They could
General
eat.
Hospital.
They could do that so much,
Oh
and then
yeah.
they cut that kid's curly locks off a little bit.
Hmm.
He's got his dad's hair too because Maurice Bernard's got
Right.
curly hair.
Look at this.
Uh,
Look at this. We're right in the show. Frank Valentini. If you're not listening, hang out with Fido Xavier when he's bored and he turns
they
this thing on.
could.
All
They
right.
could. They could cut his locks off,
Yeah.
kind of paste him back a little bit like Sonny's. Have him look over his eyes like that, where you can see that nice white rim. A little mug.
There we go. There we go. See. So it writes itself is what I'm going to say, and it's interesting because Twitter had a little discourse about whether or not it writes itself is a good phrase in the writers' world, especially when it pertains to soaps, because there were fans out there saying, how come so and so and so and so aren't together? If some other show, I don't remember who they are,
Mhm.
Bold and Beautiful or something. How come they're not together? It writes itself, and they're like, oh well, writing itself, that means it's predictable and not good, and yada yada, right? No. Writing itself is where you want to be, folks.
Now, I don't think it necessarily has to be predictable because it's written itself.
No, I take that phrase meaning my characters and my setting match each other enough for the story to take place. Like, it requires no crazy imaginary influence, no deus ex machina, no surprise return from the death in order to mix things up and create plot. Everybody's already positioned in a place in which something can happen. It writes itself.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
There you go.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, poor sick Britt. She's gonna sleep with Cody and have to leave,
I don't.
or not sleep with Cody and just
I
leave.
hope she don't sleep with Cody because he ain't worthy now. Um, I liked your scene with Austin though.
Yeah,
So natural.
it was.
It's
I
so
mean, people
easy.
always liked them together. So
Yeah. I always have too.
Yeah.
I think I think they must be pretty friendly with one another. I mean, as far as co-stars.
Oh, yeah. Well, Roger Howard seems like a fun guy.
Hmm.
He seems like
Oh,
somebody that's easy to get along
I
with.
thought it was so good. I thought it was so good.
It was very good. It was very good. I gotta admit though that I had to kind of I ran out of time, and so Friday was very squeezed together for me. And so I know that they had seen. I know that they talked about Huntington's. I watched some of it, but it took course throughout the entire episode pretty much.
Hmm.
So there was large sections of their interaction that I was just like, okay, they're still talking to each other. This is nice, but I need a podcast.
Well,
This,
try to watch it because it was
yeah,
really good, and he I think he
you can.
convinced her to because she being dumb.
Yeah. Well.
I think he kind of convinced her, to chill out a little bit and
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. I mean,
take care of yourself.
my focus on Friday was making sure that I caught the Cyrus scenes. That's all.
Well,
That's
it
where I'm at
was
with that.
good.
That's where I'm at with that. So, I mean, we could talk
All
about.
of Friday was good.
I mean,
All of Friday
so
was
the whole
good.
week was good. Honestly, I really enjoyed
I
this
thought so
week.
too.
I thought there was a lot going on. When it comes down to it, when GH is moving along, it's a good show.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah. So I think next week Britt is going to finally go see the doctor,
Yeah.
get herself a plan,
And they're gonna say you need to fly
treatment,
to Massachusetts.
and she's going to take off to
She gonna
some
leave.
special
She
place.
gonna leave. She gonna leave.
And hopefully our Miss Kelly Tebow will
I would like
come
her to
back.
come back.
I would like her to come back
I
too.
don't want her to be gone forever. That would be bad.
I want her to come back too.
I don't want to watch Station 19. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not all that interested in Station 19. I don't really want to watch it. So I want Kelly Tebow to be on GH, so that way I can see her.
Yep.
I don't want to watch Fire Pit Fighters. I don't care.
Fire pit fires.
I don't care.
You're funny.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
But I think all of that stuff is still filmed over there in Prospect Park, so she's not going very far. And then, you know what? You know who else was on stuff? And oh man, this poor guy can't catch a break. Oh geez, yeah, Michael Blake Cruz, who plays Rory on General Hospital. This guy cannot catch a break, Ma. I feel so bad for
Why?
him. This guy is rocking and rolling in Hollywood. Okay, he's doing guest stars spots on the Station 19 and NCIS, and he's the villain here and the cop there and all that kind of stuff. His little star is on the rise. People are taking notice. His agent's doing well, and he's in the new Black Panther movie for about 20
Oh, he
seconds.
is?
He's got a line in the new Black Panther movie in the beginning of it.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's a great big deal. And then people go to Twitter and be like, Bori couldn't get more than 20 seconds, huh?
Don't you think that was probably filmed way before he ever joined GH?
Oh,
Chances are.
so when it comes to this newest Black Panther movie that just came out, because the star that was originally a part of it passed away, they
Yeah.
had to write it and then throw it away. And then write it again and put it in production and figure out what they're doing. And then there was COVID delays and all kinds of stuff. So he could have filmed this 2.5 years ago for all I know.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. I'm sure it was not during his time where he was being Rory.
Right. It was definitely not his time on being Rory. So from a Michael Blake Cruz standpoint, he's doing Marvel shows and all his guest star stuff, and he gets a contract role on a soap opera, and he thinks, oh my God, I am making it in Hollywood. This is awesome. I'm going to have another baby. We're going to go on trips. This is great. This is wonderful. And then GH fandom is out there tweeting going, hey, he couldn't get more than 20 seconds. Huh? What a loser. My God. If you're...
And that's why our beloved actors don't want to have to deal with.
No.
And that's too bad.
They go... yeah, I just feel bad, you don't like a character, fine, support the person. That's a human being trying to work, trying to make money, trying to support his family. And a lot of that honestly comes from a support base from viewers like us. The more we like somebody, the more likely a studio is going to want to put them in their project. If they carry a bunch of negative press, I don't know.
Well,
Opportunities might not be there.
Hopefully, though, since a lot of that negativity is so widespread, maybe Hollywood doesn't value it as much as they.
I don't think they do.
I hope not.
I don't think
because
they do.
these just a bunch of a-hole people being a-holes.
Well, I mean, if they truly cared as much as people want them to, then the story would change on GH every 2 weeks because they're responding to what the fans want. Nobody cared about Cameron Webber until he was suddenly Team Sprina. And now he's just embraced in the Sprina community as the third captain of the ship. And yar matey, let's get him back on contract. He needs to leave college and join this ship full time. It's really hard for me just as a podcaster and a reviewer and a soap commentator to crawl into the mind of some fans out there. And I'm not trying to be offensive to them either. I'm just saying that it's to a level that I don't quite understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a super fan of things.
Mm-hmm.
You ask me a question about Star Trek, I'll answer it correctly.
Yeah, that's true. Boy, he could.
Correctly. Go ahead, chat. Let me know. Anyway, speaking of Cameron, good week for Cameron. All right, he had fun scenes with Heather. He had good scenes with Trina. You know,
he handled himself well with Heather, but
yeah.
man, you could tell he was shaking in his boots, and he had a reason to. It's a good thing the diner had some. That's a good thing that Kelly still had some bacon in the house.
Sincerely, he still had the ingredients for BLT. Luckily, it's only 4 ingredients if you include the bread. So, fries. He was able to make them up real good. Now, I was thinking though, okay, so she comes to Kelly's, right, and she's eating this BLT and the fries. She's like, "Oh man, this is wonderful. There's nothing like a Kelly's BLT." And I'm thinking, this is the first time that she's ever had a Cameron Webber BLT. Yes, she is in Kelly's. Yes, she has eaten the ingredients and probably of the recipe or whatever that exists. But Cameron is the person that built this sandwich for her.
Yeah.
All right. What was she? Is she looking forward to Kelly's BLT? Like it should be different in some way, right? Because it's not made by Kelly or Aunt Ruby or Bobby.
Well, like you stated, it only has 4 ingredients, and they're just layered. Okay. Now, the only way you can mess it up really is use like really, really mushy, crappy tomatoes, or like wilted bad lettuce, or
What is this, mustard?
Or make it too gloppy with mayonnaise, or not toast the bread. I mean, you can't mess it up that much.
You can't mess it up. Mayonnaise? Too much mayonnaise. Not enough mayonnaise.
Exactly.
You've over toasted the bread and it cuts your gums. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
BLTs usually have toasted bread. I don't think folks eat it without it being toasted first. Usually, it's kind of messed up. But you know what? She was happy to go back, wasn't she?
She called prison home.
She did.
Home. I'm going home. I was on my way home and there was a little accident. I got a little hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I love Hallie Mills in this role. She is so good. She is. I'm curious to go see her other crazy lady that she played on that other show that I never remember the details of, because I want to see how similar or different it might be. Mm-hmm. Like, is this just Hallie Mills' interpretation of Crazy Lady, or is she giving us a unique, completely unique character in Heather Webber? Because I'm really enjoying it. She's so fun.
I think she's fun too, but do you think she's like done already?
I hope not.
Maybe it was
like,
just
what would the point of that be if she's done already?
I don't know. I don't know. There wouldn't be a whole lot other than what we already saw.
Right,
the point was what we already saw.
Right. So I would assume that it's going to tie into the Jeff Rako, Elizabeth Finn stuff in some way.
I think so, because she she had a good time antagonizing Finn in the hospital, didn't she?
Oh yeah, she had a great time with that. Oh yeah. Maybe she knows. Maybe she knows the truth, and she's like, oh. When she heard about it, she's like, oh my god. Franco's widow? She
probably does.
Franco's widow with Finn?
She was married to Jeff.
His wife. Yeah.
She was married to him. That's why her name's Weber.
That's why she's Weber, yeah. That's why she's Weber. Hallie Mills was great. I don't think she would have hurt Cam, says Chandra, since he's family. And you're totally right. I think that she had a lot of fun playing with him. Like she might have been menacing. But
and especially when she was wielding that steak knife.
But she was just playing.
Yeah,
she wasn't really being threatening.
Punking him, right?
Exactly, because she didn't not want to go back to prison. So calling the cops is fine. Dante walks in. She's like, "Oh, it took you long enough." Like she knew what the end game of the day was going to be.
And I got the impression that she didn't know who Dante was. He's just a cop.
Yeah. Well,
but she'd have had something to say about his dad if she didn't know.
She had something to say about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Makeup did a great
Oh,
job
she had a
on
lot
that.
to say about Elizabeth. Dang, she was super unkind.
Oh my goodness gracious, wasn't she though? Just as unkind as Willow Tate.
Yeah,
Oh my
well,
goodness. How do you
she
have
had a more
stage 4
deserving
cancer and
target.
tell somebody else to drop dead?
She had a better target. She had a more deserving target.
I know you hate Nina. yes. The chat agrees. Stephanie, Chandra, everybody. She just wanted the sandwich. She
She
wanted the
just wanted that
sandwich.
sandwich.
Just
Yeah.
wanted a BLT. And we talked about it last week. You know, how long is it going to be before she goes to Kelly's, right?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have to wait long, folks.
We sure did. And she went a beeline for Kelly's.
Oh, and Dante played it well too. He's like, "Hey, you crazy ass lady.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lead into the fantasy here. Yes, you're just hanging out. No,
Hmm.
we're gonna go home. You know, wrap that up for her, huh? Oh, I want the
Yeah.
fries. Let's
I
go.
loved it.
Let's go. Yeah. Dante week after week after week is far and head and shoulders becoming more and more and more my favorite character on the show.
I love him.
He
You good?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm good. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, mother?
Yep. Yes,
Okay,
I
good.
can.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. This thing, it really needs to be replaced.
So
Dante's,
he has like a really, Dante has like a really
yes,
smart mouth.
yes, yeah. But he's not mean.
Right.
He's just quick and witty and fun. You
Yes.
know. So Dante, he's fast becoming one of my favorites. Everything that they put him in, he fits in perfectly well with. Like, there's nothing that I find him awkwardly in. Every relationship is logical and developed, and I support it. I think that his neutrality that he's achieved with Sunny has
Mm-hmm.
been really good. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because he's still being the cop. He's still like, yeah, we gotta go find Anna, but he's also like, Anna's gonna give us a run for our money. Ding! And it's like his tooth shines, you know.
But they seem to have like a mutual respect for one another now.
Yeah,
Dante and Sunny.
yeah. Because well, I mean, at this point, Sonny's definitely established himself as I'm the guy making my money through bad ways, but I'm not a bad guy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I can't walk away from this because then it would become a worse situation for all involved. They talk about that, you know, like
Yep.
Sonny and Nixon Falls and stuff. He has to come back. Sonny
Mm-hmm.
has to come back, otherwise the power vacuum that exists when he's gone is too disastrous. You know,
Yes.
it's like if Stuart Chandler was a gangster. All right, Sonny is Stuart Chandler. Okay, no, not at all. Hey, Queen of the South, welcome. We got royalty in the chat room this time, Mama.
All right. I
Yeah,
love that.
The Queen of the South. I want the Queen of
But
Daytime
what
in
part of
here.
the South though? That's what I want to know. Queen of the South. Where in the South?
Which southern state?
Yeah, which
Or is it
southern
the
state?
entire South that you're claiming? Is it like from Texas to Florida, you know,
All the way up
Oklahoma
to
to
Virginia. Oh,
Chandra says the team helping Anna escape reminded me of the team that helped Jordan get Ryden's kidney. All of them in cahoots. Yeah, it was good.
it was good.
I like how Finn got involved and was involved off screen.
Yep.
Like, they didn't talk to him at all. It's just they walked up and he's like, "So that thing that I need you to do to help me out with Anna,"
Yep.
because he would. They're on
Yep.
good terms. They don't hate
Yep.
each other.
No, they're in good terms now.
They're
They
good
are.
terms. They're good
Yeah.
terms. Yeah. The Queen of the South is not claimed anywhere, but she did laugh out loud with emojis. So
Okay.
she's the queen of having a good time. That's what it
Oh,
is.
I like that. All right. Well, I'm the queen of California, but
Hmm.
but my parents are from Texas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all four of my grandparents are from the South. So yeah.
Yep.
My parents are from the West Coast. So that's how
Yep.
that works. Nina managed to piss off your favorite, TJ, says Daisy. Yeah, so it's fun with Taj Bello playing TJ right now, because one, he's on the show a lot, and that's awesome. That's great. That's wonderful. I'm happy for that. And two, like he got angry to
He
a
did.
degree. He got TJ angry. You know, it's not like he didn't take a highball glass and throw it against a fireplace or anything. But when Sonny was like, "Oh, well, you know, I saw you together, you know, having intimate conversations behind closed doors," you know,
Uh-huh.
Right? And then just this look. It was just this quick lip curl. Just this.
Hmm.
I can't even do it myself, mostly because I've got the mustache that hides my upper lip. But I should have trimmed that back, Mom. I'm so sorry for being so unpresentable today.
God.
uh,
Yeah, he did. He got angry at Sonny. He sure
he
did.
had this. He had this flash. You know.
And I, he was just as offended as
Hmm.
he was angry.
Yeah, offended, angry, a little bit hurt.
Yep.
And then
And
he
so
turned around. And I'll give it to TJ because TJ goes straight to the heart of the matter and goes straight to the honesty of the situation. He doesn't lollygag around. He doesn't a wussy foot, if you will,
Yep.
around the situation. He dives right in and he goes, "You've known me forever, and you think I'm a cheater? Like height of
Mhm.
offended right now, Mister Corinthos. You
Mhm.
know, I could have
He
been
didn't mention Molly's name, but
no. Well,
you know,
Sonny
TJ,
mentioned Molly's name.
but
The people
TJ.
are involved. You, Michael Wiley, Nina, you, Molly.
Hmm.
Eh, I'm a gangster. You know how he does.
I
You know how he
do.
does. Yeah.
I do.
So awesome for that. I still feel as though it's only a matter of time before TJ trips and accidentally bruises the baby in some way. You know.
Yeah, and you know what, man? Well, let's talk about Willow. He's connected, right? Doggone
Oh,
Willow.
I've done nothing wrong. I don't know why I'm being so tortured by fate.
She's so.
All I did was
Actually,
ignore my illness.
Michael was more support. Well, I expected him to be supportive at the end, but I expected him to be angry first.
He kind of
And he
was.
and he kind of was, but not that much.
No.
Not that
Willow's
much.
too sick for an affair.
Yes, she is.
Now the tables have turned, Willow.
But she's gonna get better, then she'll have one. An affair.
Well, she's
Well,
going to get
maybe,
that
I don't know. Though
miracle
maybe they
cure
won't go
from
the
Nina.
fair route. Maybe they won't go the about fair route, and they'll actually
No.
just get together.
Nah.
I don't know. I don't know. But Willow, and what does she do after she finally comes clean with Michael and tells him the truth and confides in him and actually tells him how she feels as well?
Tell somebody else to drop dead?
She tells somebody else to drop dead, and she immediately tries to pull Michael into doing the same crap to everybody else that she just did to him by not saying anything.
We can't tell anybody. It has to be our secret. They can't worry about me too much. And why is that, Willow? I mean, why is that, Willow? Because they'll worry, and people can't worry about little old me. They have their own problems. Oh, God.
Goodness.
Listen, I'm sorry, Willow fans. Okay, when it comes down to it, Michael and Willow, I really can't deny that as characters, they belong together. Like, really, when it comes down to it, the stories that they've played together, the moments that they've had, all that kind of stuff, I can't say that I'm like, I believe in their love and I want them to succeed. Their power will beat all. Like, I'm not there. I'm not there. But when it comes to two characters believably being together and being in the situations that they're in and dealing with them the way that they have been consistent. They have been wrong every time. But you can't deny that these two characters are connected to each other, care about each other, want the best for each other. Even if Michael is becoming more of a Quartermain by day, a little more distracted by things, a little more likely to go to prison for insider trading. I don't know why they're not talking about that, and it's only Drew who's possibly in trouble.
Yeah. They haven't even been talking about Drew that much. They've been talking about just pretty much Carly more than
Carly, because of her connection to Drew, and we can't tell anybody. We can't tell anybody we're together. All right? Not a soul can know. Please keep this a secret because I still want to make out with you behind closed doors. Okay?
Okay, I'm not done. I'm not done talking about Snow White, okay?
Oh, I know. I'm comparing the two.
Anyway, I didn't think there was anything wrong with her telling Nina to drop dead.
But she's gonna drop
can
dead
I have
herself.
some? But what she should have said was, "Can I have some bone marrow before you die?"
Can you real quick just check to see if maybe you're compatible with me in some off chance?
See, and that's the ridiculous part there, right there.
Mhm.
Is she wants this to remain a secret. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody.
How are you
Well,
supposed to get the
you
bone
guys
marrow?
exactly.
Well,
How are you going to effectively have a bone marrow transplant and not tell anybody?
I think Terry said that there was some sort of national bone marrow registry or something.
There is,
So I guess
but
she was banking on that.
Carly, ultimately, please, Carly, do the right thing.
Oh, she's going to. I mean, we knew this was coming ever since
She has to.
Willow was diagnosed.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, this is where one of those "it writes itself" took too long. Like when it's that obvious it writes itself moment, like just move that one along. Let's get to the end of that quickly. But stage 4 cancer, that's the worst stage there is. She's crying. It's
There
not
ain't no
good.
stage 5.
What am I going to do? I waited so long. I was such a fool. What did I think? My cancer would just wait for me? That's not it. That's love. Oh, Ma, come on. They're not gonna not. They're not gonna not.
I
They're
know.
gonna do it, and then they're gonna feel bad, and that's the
So
thing.
Carly ultimately is going to do the right thing. Well, she's going to think about it for a few days first.
Oh yeah, she's not gonna do it right away. She's gonna go. What am I? She's gonna wring her hands. She's gonna cry. She's gonna talk to Drew about it. She's gonna have to confess that she lied to Drew, and Drew's gonna be like, "It's okay. Fine. Step on my face. I don't care. Ruin me as a man. I love you." You know?
Yeah.
Maybe Willow and Michael will break up, says Chandra. And when it comes out that Carly hid Willow's maternity, Mickey will support his mother, and Willow will run to TJ. Mickey.
That's very,
Maybe.
see?
Yeah, there we go. I mean, maybe that's going to
Jack
happen.
writes stuff so too, don't they?
Well, yeah, I mean, that was Chandra right there. She's very experienced, just like me. Together we can make great things happen. Daisy says, I'll take Carly over any day and twice on Sunday. So Daisy wants to see more Carly. Daisy wants to see Carly on every day and twice on Sunday. So we need 2 episodes of GH produced on Sunday specifically for Daisy Flower 40 so she can get 2 extra hours of Carly Spencer.
Well, I like Carly Spencer too. She's a great mama bear. Sometimes she's, I think the biggest thing that Carly does is she is too spontaneous. She don't think about what she's doing first. That's why Jason always told her to count to 10.
Count to 10. Now Dex, on the other hand, opposite of what Jason was doing with Carly, and just every time hooking Jocelyn into something new.
I know, right?
I'm shot. Oh, what am I going to do? I should go to the Corinthos boathouse. Like, where was she? Was he at the quarter? She was at the quarter. I don't know where they were. All I know is that Dex showed up. And then Jocelyn had to touch him without a shirt on.
Again.
A lot.
Yeah. Sew him up and everything.
And then he wanted to, make out with her, but he, resisted.
Yeah. Because he was feeling too weak.
He got all dizzy because the blood was rushing to other places rather than the wounds.
He was already bleeding, so that's not a good scenario.
That's not a good thing. Daisy says they were at the Quartermain guest house. Why did Dex go to the Quartermains of all places? I don't understand. It's like he had a Joss sensor. He's like, huh.
Maybe he's very familiar with that place though.
The Quartermains? Oh, maybe sure. Was he looking for Michael? I don't know. He went to Willow's Gatehouse.
Because remember that he came upon the first hook victim, Ava.
Yeah.
Because of that fundraiser thing. Yeah. So he's familiar with that property, and he knew that there would be a place to hide there, probably.
I don't know. I guess. I don't know. I'm sure he explained it, and I just missed it.
And Cody could have sewn them up.
I don't know. Jocelyn's weird.
Well, they like each other a lot.
They like each other, but Jocelyn is also like, I'm gonna help you. Also, stand up, lay down. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna help. No, you can't do this. I'm gonna do it. Like, are you making the situation worse, Jocelyn? Relax.
And who at the end? What's gonna happen at the end? Cameron's gonna be frying bacon for BLT with tears rolling down his face.
Don't wanna be all by myself. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, Emma. Yeah, it's me, Cameron. Things are going pretty bad in Port Charles. Can I come see you in Berkeley for a while? all right. And then he's gone for 6 months. And then he comes back pregnant.
He gonna come back pregnant?
Yeah. Yeah. And Victor Castane's gonna be like, my God, look at this. It's a medical miracle. I've got to figure out how this happened. I can change the world. Imagine the money. Cameron deserves better than Jocelyn, says Carolyn. See, this is exactly what I was talking about. This week, Cameron has shifted in positions in fandom's brains and minds.
Mm-hmm.
They now want him to have something better than Jocelyn. They have turned their backs on one Miss Jocelyn Jacks. The people, I'm sure she's got fans out there. You know, I'm not underselling the character. You know, she's a prominent part of General Hospital, an important player, very talented too. Now that she's got some really good like soapy stuff to do, I think Eden McCoy's really, really knocking it out of the park.
And she's awesome.
You know,
She's
I was thinking about it this week.
We've been saying since the beginning of this storyline, with Dex, that they are just growing Jocelyn up.
Yeah, I was thinking about that this week. I was thinking about how she's gone from teenage love stories. Oh, Oscar. Oh, Oscar. And then we got to lie. And then I'm going to pretend to be with Cameron so Oscar will be jealous and won't go to prom. You know, that's gone.
Uh-huh.
Now she's stitching up sexy men's abdomens in her dorm bedroom and lying to the RA about it, you know?
Well, someone's going to figure out he's in there in just a minute. And he did actually write Sonny an email.
Mm-hmm. And then
he
passed
hit
out.
send and got real sweaty.
But only in only here, like only in like the central mass is where he was sweaty, you know?
Oh, he was sweaty across his forehead. He was all gleamy.
I guess I just wasn't looking at his face, Ma.
He was all gleamy. He was all sweaty.
Jocelyn's just like Carly. Jocelyn, it's anything but selfish. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. I told you, Joss has fans out there, but also her detractors. She's a very interesting, polarizing character, but not polarizing enough for people to like hate her, but to just be like, nah, she's not as cool as you think she is. No. She's way cooler than you give her credit for. It's interesting. It's interesting.
Well, I think the character of Jocelyn also, you know, people, I happen to love that she's Carly Jr.
Yeah.
But there's a section of us that are not big Carly people. And because Jocelyn reminds the audience so much of Carly, because she's supposed to.
Right.
Some folks aren't jumping on her bandwagon because they're not on Carly's bandwagon.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Mini Carly and Jason 2.0 isn't shocking. However, I do think Joss is a good person, says Stephanie. Yeah.
Oh, I think Joss is a good person. She's a way better person than she was when she was a piece of corn, 10 years old.
Mini Carly and Jason 2.0.
Mean.
I think that's a good. I think that is a good comparison. It is Mini Carly. It is Jason 2.0. I mean, he's not the same Jason. I bumped my head, but he's still like, I'm a man, heart of gold, but I'm making the wrong choices because I'm a good person. Like,
yeah,
he's Jason. He just didn't.
I'm a misunderstood criminal, just like Jason.
He just didn't bonk his head. That's all. That's
right.
All. You know.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So yeah, so we're
you
totally
guys. Speaking of Jason, I didn't. I heard something. I read a little blip, but I didn't research it. Did Steve Burton join like days, like Peacock days?
I think so.
Like, yeah,
because they're not saying he's coming to season 3 of Beyond Salem. They're saying coming to Days of Our Lives.
That's what I thought I read.
Yeah. But, so that character that I guess he resurrected on Beyond Salem might be moving over to the main Days show, I guess. Okay. They had a big convention this week too. They had a big day of Days, I guess is what they call it, which is a really clever and creative name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was the Day of Days, and it was hosted by a fellow podcaster of ours, who hosts the Dish and Days podcast. Not JLD. He's nobody that we've had on the show, nobody that you've talked to directly, but he's a part of the big podcasting family out there. And so he was they invited him. He was a major player on it. Hosted it, and I don't know exactly what he got involved in, but it was a good move for the podcasting community. Let me tell you that.
Oh, that's cool.
General Hospital, pay attention. Fire that Michael Fairman guy. All right, you know who you need? You need Matt and Kat. Okay,
Michael, and just have us join.
Yeah, right. Don't fire him. He'll
So,
have other work. It's fine.
but I'm wondering though,
Tony
because
Moore is the name. Yes, Daisy. Thank you so much. I knew it was Tony. I didn't know the last name, so I just didn't say it.
so, um, since Days has so much in the can, is he not going to be on screen for a long time?
That would be my guess.
Or are they going to try to add a storyline and edit it in?
I don't know, because
Have him up there sooner.
So here's the thing. So when they moved over from regular broadcast to Peacock exclusive, they still had like 4 to 6 months or something of content that was originally filmed, we assume, for broadcast on NBC.
Yeah.
But instead it's now on Peacock. But also at the same time, they have had like threesomes and just all kinds of like super sexy content that would not have been okay on NBC broadcast.
So they're doing this then.
So I'm wondering if maybe they did go back and reshoot some things to bring that more tantalizing content that they were promising. But I don't know. I really am very unconnected from Days of Our Lives and the creative process behind that show.
So my guess would be then, because of what you just said, that Steve Burton will be on screen soon.
I don't know. I mean, they announced it.
Yeah.
So maybe he joined it 4 months ago and now they're just announcing.
That's true. That's true. He might have been on contract before.
He could have.
He might have been on contract when he started, way before he even started this Salem thing.
He could have done his Beyond Salem thing, took 2 weeks off and slid straight into filming regular Days of Our Lives. Actors are so good at not talking about stuff.
Well, if they know that what they've been told, keep their mouth shut, and it's going to affect your career if you don't. Well, I guess they can. But also, though, he and Bradford are touring a lot in November, December.
Well, they're probably
a lot.
Off.
They're out a lot.
Maybe Days is just not filming during the holidays. Since they have so much, they can afford to take 2 months off and still have 4 months in the can.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, good for Steve Burton. I'm glad I'm sure he's there because he wants to be there. So that's good.
Or it's the only show that would invite him. One of the two. Hey, he did not flame off of soaps like Ingo Rademacher did. All right.
No, he just made
the different choice.
Yeah, he made pretty much one statement.
Yeah. He's like, I tried. I filed for exemptions and they said no, so bye.
Exactly. But he didn't go on there. He didn't go out and talk about a bunch of smack.
He didn't go, I'm Australian and I'm pissed.
And he didn't talk a bunch of smack.
No.
He didn't.
No. They did talk about Jax this week, though. Jocelyn did.
A little bit, huh?
Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm shot and I want to surf. Oh, man, the salt water in this wound. Oh, that would feel so good. And Jocelyn's like, oh, man, you're deteriorating. Okay, that's not what the scene was. But he dreamed of learning to surf. And Jocelyn was like, oh, that's nothing. I did that when I was like 2. He's like, oh, you can surf? Oh, man, that's so sexy. And then she's like, oh, thanks. I learned it from my dad. He's Australian.
It was funny, too. It was funny on Friday. He can hardly stand, and they're almost nose to nose. And he was he was thinking about kissing her right then. He could barely even stand.
I know. And he's like, no, I don't have permission. This is no good. Plus, she's significantly younger than me. Nobody's talking about that. People are complaining left and right about Reiko and Finn and Elizabeth and blah, 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 blah. But nobody's talking about the fact that Dex is at least 10 years older than Jocelyn.
Yeah, I would say so.
He's not 22.
Oh, yeah.
He's not 24. He's at least 28.
That's exactly what popped in my head. 18 and 28.
Yeah. He's at
But
least 28.
like I said, they are trying to grow Jocelyn up.
Oh yeah. She'll be 25 before you know it, and that's always it's good because all right. So here's what it comes down to: unless you're a unique kid like Spencer Cassadine, nobody cares about you between the ages of 14 and 17. All right, you're just some punk kid. Historically, your voice is squeaky. You're just annoying. Just go to school and shut up. All right. I'm being mean. I'm being mean. But when it comes to like TV plot and stuff, you have to be like a unique character, find yourself in really unique situations for that to be interesting enough. Like Degrassi, The Next Generation stuff, you know like the stuff those teenagers were in was not reality.
No, I do remember a character though where they kind of wrote for her even through her late teens and stuff, and that was All My Children's Bianca.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Remember they gave her anorexia. She was
But then
anorexia,
anorexia, and then
and then
and
her,
then babies, and then Miranda, and all that. Like, yes,
yeah.
but those are very unique. Well, not unique. Like, people, not unique. I can't say unique, but they're very
Mhm.
specific stories that you can't. Like, every teenager isn't anorexic. Every teenager doesn't have this
Right.
experience. Every teenager doesn't
And
doesn't.
her coming out was, and I think very late teens, very early adulthood too.
Right. Daisy says Robin also got that treatment, and Lucky got that treatment. There's some characters that did that did get some focus when they were teenagers, but they got focus on very not teenage things. Lucky, Elizabeth in a boxcar, like Nicholas being the prince, the heir of the Cassadine Fort. Like, these are not normal 14 to 17-year-olds. So 14 to
No.
17-year-old Cameron Weber, you don't care about them.
No, and then we didn't really see him.
Right. He had a little bit, friends with Oscar, this, that, the other thing, but then their whole big story was brain cancer, which not every teenager goes through. And that's the whole point. That's the whole thing that I'm trying to sell. Not that it's not welcome, not that it's wrong. It's just that when it comes down to it, a normal 14 to 17-year-old is not interesting for TV. Same thing with somebody who
No.
is in between high school and college before they can drink. They're still kind of stepping into the new, like, you get that freshman year, where it's like, oh, this is new, this is fresh, now I'm an adult, treat me like an adult now, mom. But
Mhm.
after those stories are over, you can't wait another 2 years for them to be able to start drinking.
Yeah.
So you just get them there now.
I think they're going to accelerate. I think they will accelerate the young adults' ages by having them graduate college in about 18 months.
Yeah, like when somebody goes through medical school or nurses training or something like that, it's a condensed period of a long time.
Yeah, I think
Because
their
a week is a
sophomore
day and a
year,
day is a week.
I think their sophomore year and their senior year are going to meld.
Yeah, and that happens. It's very traditional for TV. It's not unique for soaps at all. Like, you watch Glee, those kids graduated from high school and then became adults living on their own, able to pay their rent and stay on their bills and all that kind of stuff. There was no transition period where you figure out that your parents are right the whole time. There's no time where you're like, oh man, I was walking around my first apartment and realized that the refrigerator is always plugged in. Uh, like, I remember that. It's like, oh yeah, that is always drawing electricity. Every moment of every day. Okay. All right. Bills. Like, unless you're writing a show about that, doesn't matter. So the whole point of what I was trying to say is we're advancing Jocelyn to the point where she's going to start slamming down vodka sodas and having a good old time,
Man,
because
she'll
the
be doing
period
shots with
between is
girls
not
soon,
interesting.
right?
Yeah. Stephanie says
Look at
Bailey's going
Slam
to be
Struck It.
15
She'll
in
be
2
doing
months.
that soon.
You know what? Okay, so there was a chat that came through here saying that that they wanted a Morgan recast when we were talking about Sonny's real kid.
Yeah,
I don't know his name, something Bernard.
Joshua.
Joshua Bernard. Yeah. So we were talking about him. They were like, "Oh man, Morgan recast," but obviously that wouldn't work because there's a huge age difference between Joshua
Huge
Bernard
age difference.
and Morgan Corinthos. But what if
Huge.
he had what if Dr. David Hayward showed up to town and figured out how to de-Sorazed somebody?
Well,
And he could strip away those years.
you know that Frank Valentini watches our show every week, and he
Yeah.
reads every tweet
Yes.
that I
He purposefully doesn't follow us because he doesn't want people to know that he's reading, So he has to.
I did tell Frank this week, as I
Yeah.
greeted Vincent for his birthday, that we need some David Hayward. And
Mhm.
bring your resurrection
Bring
juice.
that resurrection juice. That was you, Stephanie. That was you. I didn't say hi to Jacarius. Jacarius was here earlier. I haven't seen him say anything in a bit, but hey, Jacarius, welcome to the show. Unless that was last week and I haven't seen him say anything at all. Am I just crazy? Am I just assuming Jacarius is here? Oh, no, there it is.
1/10 for Bob. Are your 10th floors melding together and you don't?
We've been doing this for so
Just
long,
one
and we've been
10th
talking to
floor
our
show?
friends in the chat for so long that I just kind of assume that they're always here every week now.
Oh,
As
yeah.
excited as we are to sit in this chair and talk about it with each other, they're just excited to have their little fingers cross over that keyboard and let us know what they think.
Yeah.
Lola's mom reminded us that Emily was also a teenager on the show.
Yeah, she was.
Stephanie thinks that Bailey's going to be 15 in about 2 minutes.
Yeah. 'Cause, 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 And Donna gonna have a snarky mouth in no time.
I mean, so they've aged up. So Charlotte's back. They aged her up a while ago. They aged up Georgie. Georgie
A
was a new
little bit,
actress,
not
right?
much though.
A little bit.
A little bit.
From like 12 to 14 type of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
and then and oh, people were also saying, oh no, the Elizabeth timeline doesn't make sense because she was 15 when she came to Port Charles. So how could she have done this when she was 13 to Reiko and yada yada yada? They said she was 15 in Marina Islands and blah blah blah. And it's exactly this. Asora's different floating dates for things. People are 42 for one story, they're actually 40 for the next. It just really depends on what you're trying to do in the moment when it comes down to it, whether she was 14 or 15 when she came to Port Charles versus 14 or 15 when all this stuff came down in the Marina Islands doesn't really matter to what they're trying to do with the story today.
So Matthew, I was surprised actually when
Mhm.
she well, I was surprised in a couple of ways, and Willow needs to take a page out of Elizabeth's book, okay? Tell the whole story. Um, because Elizabeth really came clean with Finn and told him everything.
Yes.
And I thought that maybe she was going to keep the identity secret, and she did not.
She just held it for the most dramatic moment possible.
Yeah, but she told him everything. She told him everything. So I was kind of surprised with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was surprised with his reaction. I didn't think he would just walk out.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah.
Well, it was weird because he was supportive through the conversation, and then he touched her face, and he seemed like he understood, but then he like needed to be alone with his thoughts or something.
Yeah, and then they showed him back in his office, sitting against the door, crying.
Yeah, right. And I actually kind of really didn't like that. I didn't like how Elizabeth is sad that this is making her lose Finn. I just don't like that being a consequence or something that she's all up in her feelings about. Sure, it makes sense. Like, you find out this information, you probably do need to take some space for a little while and think about it. But that moment of her being like, oh no, now Finn won't love me. Like, come on, Elizabeth, there are far more important things whether or not Finn loves you.
Exactly.
So,
and no one's gonna be sad that, well, maybe somebody, but I know I'm not gonna be sad with the Finn and Elizabeth pairing, because I just didn't think they were awesome on their screen together. I just didn't.
They're not.
But I was just surprised he didn't say something first. He just kind of just walked out on her.
He, I'm sorry too. Like, that's really vague and cryptic. Like, you're not leaving her with anything to think about other than I've ruined everybody's life.
Yeah, what does I'm sorry to mean?
That means I can't ever see you again. I don't know. What does it mean? What does it mean? Yeah. Tell me, Finn. What does it mean?
I think the Webbers will be soon on a jet plane landing in Port Charles.
Yeah. Well, now that we've seen you, Elizabeth, you're not going to be able to get rid of us that easy. Now that there's no reason to be separate, we're going to jump right into your life. I thought it was funny when when Finn was looking through his phone and was looking at a picture of him and Reiko, and it was not even de-aged. They didn't find a younger cousin of Michael Easton to play a 20-year-old Finn. They just said, suspension of disbelief. Just go out there.
There you go.
It's a representation of you looking at yourself as a younger person, but we're not going to bother. We're trying to make it look like it's not a digital picture recently taken. Like,
well, he's out at the time, he was out there in whatever environment, where, it's supposed to be.
So he should have a half moldy Polaroid is what he should have.
That's true.
Or a digital picture of a half moldy Polaroid.
That's true.
Whatever. It's to represent him thinking about their past and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Those little details is like we always say, just a victim of poor budget.
Well, he's gonna have a big showdown with Jeff when Jeff shows up.
Yeah, maybe he's gonna stab him with a scalpel.
He's gonna have a big old showdown with him.
How dare you? That was my wife.
Mm-hmm.
You should have loved her better. Jeff. Quiet down, Carolyn.
Quiet down, Carolyn.
Liz has to start loving herself. Finn is going to swear off all Weber women unless Heather gets him. Oh, Chandra. Stupid storyline for a 25-year story. Don't like them together, says Carolyn. When it comes down to it, this story I don't find to be particularly stupid. I find it to be unfortunate that it's the reason why we haven't seen Jeff and Carolyn for so long. That's really what my big negative take from it. If this was just happening and not connected to the fact that we haven't seen Elizabeth's family for 25 years, it would be a completely different thing. It would be, oh my God, what is this ridiculousness with her?
Well, this is
blah, blah.
is this what General Hospital is hoping? Because this is my opinion of the two of them, Jeff and Carolyn, and the very short span that I've seen them. Jeff is a terrible man.
Mm-hmm.
And a very narcissistic, self-centered person.
Yeah.
That's Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
And Carolyn's a sap.
So, I mean, folks, fans, chat, do you agree? Is that what you're getting from these two characters as well? Is there something we're missing? I don't think so. But yeah, you're right. Very, very egotistical, self-centered. I had an affair. Like, how many affairs did he have? He was a lecturer on the show, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so is it Leopard doesn't change his spots now, does he? I
No, maybe not.
I don't know. Whatever, Jeff. Whatever.
And then maybe they'll bring on. We'll have Sarah show up too.
Sarah on a
maybe
jet plane.
It'll be interesting, and then she'll have to pick a side, and who knows? It'll be her parents or Elizabeth's.
Her own side, her and Hayden's side,
because
they show up
they
together.
They haven't really. I would be very interested in this. I would be very, very interested in this. Have they chosen to also not have anything to do with Sarah? Have they do have a 25 years lapse with Sarah as well? And there's no there's no big backstory of why they're such crappy parents.
So all right, I don't know, because so something's happening on the show, Mother. Something is happening here. Okay, I don't know if you've noticed this, but I've noticed this. I don't know if you've noticed this, Mother, but I've noticed this. Okay? Something's happening. Something's happening. Something's going to pop off before you know it.
Yep.
All right? We've got the Cassadines in full swing. We've had the Smiths blow through. Okay? Mm-hmm. We got Webbers, crazy-ass Webbers, running around town eating BLTs. Okay? We got Chamberlain locked away. We got Esme trying to escape and getting caught and thrown back in. And we got the mention of Olivia Jerome waiting for Anna at Pentonville. What the fudge is going on, Mama, with us pulling all of these disastrous, villainous families and people onto the canvas right now?
It is. There is just...
Over the last year, we have, not even year, like 6 months? I don't know, how long ago did Luke die? When was that funeral? Because that's when Jennifer Smith showed up, and then she was back, and you'll have the right? Mm-hmm. And then Leopold Taub, who's also, a big villain, and then we've got Holly, and just like all of this stuff from yesteryear.
Lots of villainy.
It's coming. It's bubbling up to the surface, and it's all starting to flow together and work together, and what's going on?
I don't know what's going on.
Is there going to be some sort of huge confrontation? Are we going to find out that Anna's really, what's his name's mama? Griffin's mama? Is that so? All right. So clearly, so entertainment.
She's Griffin's mama.
Yeah. Entertainment Tonight interviewed, Curly and Drew on the beach.
Okay.
That's why Matt Cohen was on the GH with GH documents and got through security and was teasing a little GH something, is because he was interviewing the actors for Entertainment Tonight, because I guess he replaced Cameron Matheson on that or whatever. Whatever, right? So that was the thing. But maybe they had a conversation, the whole crew was there. Maybe they're like, what if Griffin came back for a couple of weeks and found out, what if we finished that Anna story? Huh?
Yeah. That would be good.
For the 60th, says Chandra? Maybe a huge mob war, asks Carolyn. The cartel is being rebuilt, says Daisy.
Oh, maybe, because there's a lot of villainy. There's a lot.
So, I mean, if we are building up for the 60th anniversary, it is about 5 months or so from now, given GH's pacing. If we are building up toward some sort of big thing for the 60th anniversary of GH, I guess now would be the start of it to have the little hints be dropped.
Well, it would be time to start writing it backwards.
Yeah, right. Selena Wu. Yeah, Selena Wu's always building stuff up too. Like something like maybe Selena's around the recruiting.
There is a pressure cooker in Port
Something's
Charles.
happening. Something's happening. All right.
Something's happening.
And maybe that was Alex that shot that shot Lucy, you know?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh,
It'll be interesting.
gosh.
That would be
Obviously, Olivia Jerome's going to have something to do with something, or Cyrus would have never said her name.
Oh, yeah.
So,
They're not, I mean, but then again, they did, well, no, because they talk about people off screen a lot, and then eventually, inevitably, they show up. So.
Yep.
I
I still don't know who the hooker is. I really still don't. Yeah. What about the hooker? The hooker tried to get Nick. But I was kind of almost thinking this, Matt. I was kind of thinking that maybe the hooker on Spoon Island was a copycat.
I'm thinking that there really hasn't been one hooker. I think one person got hooked, and then other people were like, "Oh, okay, I'm just gonna hook people," and they're gonna.
So maybe I'm on to something, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm on to something.
Olivia will be Austin's boss. Ooh.
Well,
wouldn't that be interesting?
I read that on Twitter. I read that that opinion on Twitter that perhaps Olivia Jerome is the big boss behind Austin. But at the same time, though, didn't Cyrus just tell us that she's still in jail?
That doesn't mean she can't pull strings. Cyrus is able to pull strings from beyond jail. I can help Spencer, but I can't help your other friend, Anna Devane. That's supposed to mean. It means that this mover, I cannot shake. That's what that means.
Yeah.
That means I got no power over this individual. I cannot threaten them with a Bible.
I loved Laura's scenes. We're just jumping all over the place, aren't we, Matt? I loved Laura's scenes this week. I loved her scene with Uncle Victor. And they're speaking basically in their special language of hate that sounded so sincerely nice.
But now Laura's onto the lieutenant governor or whoever she is, the assistant mayor.
Yeah.
So she's onto that. Okay. Yeah. Anna's on the run. Is Finola taking time off? Is it time for Christmas time for Finola to go or something? Or are we gonna follow her on the run?
Oh, that's true.
I don't know.
Well, right now she's not running. She's still sitting in Sonny's house. The old house that the Spencer house that Luke was so tormented in as a child.
Sonny bought it.
Recognize that set, huh?
Yeah, Sonny bought it. Sonny bought it. Hey, Kelly Publicover. I remembered. I'm glad you didn't miss us. Hey, how's it going?
Hi, Kelly.
Please refresh my memory, asks Chandra. Who took over the Jerome family when Julian got out and Olivia went to jail? Nobody. It disbanded. I don't know. I wasn't watching at the time.
Ava for a little bit, but then it disbanded.
I would say that I would imagine it disbanded and was absorbed into other families. Oh, almost perfect. Didn't get it right. Sorry, Kelly. Melissa is loud, who used to be Lovelissa, I'm pretty sure. Says, I love that Cyrus is in the opening. And you know what, Lissa? I do too.
Me too.
I was waiting for it.
And I love the fact that Michael Knight's in the opening now too when he's on the episode.
I say the rest of my family's in this opening flip. How about you we take a quick picture of just little old me, a simple Kentucky Southern lawyer. It'll just take a moment. Here, let me turn on my side and stick my hand in my pocket. There we go. Classic. Classy. I'm a gentleman, of course. Want some chicken and some hummingbird pie? Oh, man, I cannot wait for them to get back together on screen.
Matt.
The Grays.
I tell you, you know what I'm going to do, babe?
You're going to make some hummingbird pie?
I just thought of it.
Oh?
You going to come home for Christmas this year? Our happy birthday cake for Christmas Day is going to be hummingbird cake.
Okay, just make sure Grandma Lou can't have any, okay?
Well, I have
she has to stay away from it.
Yeah, well, yeah, she allergic to pineapple. She's going to have something different.
Yeah, she'll have the not a red velvet cake. That feels inappropriate for Jesus's birthday. Let's see here. Chandra says Jeff Kober hearts. We just love him here on the 10th floor. I specifically love him here on the 10th floor. Let me not claim my mother's opinion. Mine is great. I saw a clip of Laura just intensely talking, and I'm like, I can't wait for this.
It was great. And I can't wait for, he mentioned Marty and wanting to see three of them together and have his brother and sister there.
Yes.
I really think that that's going to be wonderful because we haven't had that many scenes where the three of them are together, but the ones that we've had have been so good.
Mama, this is going to be so good. Okay, Frank Valentini, Fido Xavier, Teschner, I don't know, whoever, Ron Cavalieri, Cavallari, I don't know your names. Let me write a couple of pages, man, because Christmas time, all right, Christmas time, Marty, all right, Laura, Kevin, Spencer, he'll be out of jail by then, or just freshly out of jail or something like that. They're hanging out, around the tree, and they're like, you know what?
He's going to show up on Christmas celebration. He's going to show up on Christmas Eve at Sonny's house.
They need to go. Them as a family need to go and visit Cyrus in jail for Christmas, or Cyrus needs to be let out for Christmas Day for good behavior or something. And we just need a heartwarming Christmas moment performed by Jeff Kober. That's what I want. That's what I need.
It would be so stupid if you read this Christmas story on the nurse's station, like
Cyrus?
Steve Hardy used to do.
Cyrus? Wouldn't it be great? It's funny.
I remember the year that Kathleen Gotti.
Yes, and then Michael Easton did it as well. Alyssa, it's funny because Alyssa just said Marty reading The Night Before Christmas at the hospital. It would be a must see. It was a night before Christmas, you see.
Well, that was last year. Didn't he do it last year?
All through the house. I don't know. Not a creature was stirring. Not even a mouse.
You guys, he did it last year.
I don't know these things, Mother. Don't tell me. Lissa, are you making me look foolish?
I'm sure of it.
Kelly loves Jeff Kober. Angel food cake is what Cheryl wants. I guess that would be the most appropriate for Jesus's birthday cake. Would be angel food cake. I don't think we've done angel food cake for his birthday.
You know what? You know what's odd? We're going to have some angel food cake on Thanksgiving Day because your Aunt Daphne's coming for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
That is the most tolerable
dessert
that
she can have.
And a cake that's not just sugar-free.
Uh-huh.
That a type 1 diabetic can have.
Yeah. Oh, well, it'll be lovely. And other people can have cookies and pie. He was Santa, says Chandra, but we don't know if he read any story. He might have read a story off camera. I don't know. But here's the thing. When it comes down to it, YouTube, Hulu, all that kind of stuff. If it wasn't for the fact that people expect a paycheck, which is probably the thing that gets in the way more than anything else when it comes to bringing you content, like they could totally have 10-minute Christmas episode specials. They could have 3-minute scenes. Like they really could. Just be like, what did the Ashfords do for Christmas? What did the Spencers do for Christmas? What did, like...
Yes, doing a behind the scenes Quartermain Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
we'll pull an audience.
Yeah, and just and when it comes down to it, you need a couple of camera operators, you need a director, you need 4 actors. The set is already up. Just go for it.
I don't know why. I don't know why they don't... we can't be the only ones to think about this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so
maybe it's just budgetary, every bit of it.
It's 100% budgetary, 100%, and it can't be lack of passion.
But want to stay on the air though, they're going to have to do something.
Yeah, well, I mean, the budget is really what it comes down to. Disney has to continue to not notice the fact that GH is still on the air. Because it's never in the releases. They never officially renew it. They never say it's going to be on for the next 2 years. They never do. They don't do anything with it. So it's just a matter of continuing to stay invisible. And anybody who has worked in middle management probably understands trying to stay invisible to a degree, so people don't realize that you're being paid for nothing. So I mean, I could be making stuff up. The ABC could be totally aware of their date. They would have to be, right? I'm just saying. They don't seem to have a lot of attention. But come on, Frank, says Cheryl. Melissa reminds us to be on our best lookout because Daphne might be her evil doppelganger, Daisy. So just make sure that her evil twin didn't sneak in there. All right, Grandma Lou's got a secret. None of the other kids would know because Daphne's the oldest.
That's true.
Oh goodness! I want Dr. O to sing "Silent Night" in German. I just want a Christmas time nurses ball. I know that people love or hate the nurses ball. 2 days of it. We don't need a week. But Mariah Carey's not doing anything unless it's Christmas. Bring her on to sing that song.
Even if it's just one day, okay, you guys, even if they just don't even call it the nurses ball and it's a Christmas talent show.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Just camping up there singing, Christmas.
But no matter what
songs.
y'all do in that kind of production, you are going to have a red carpet of some sort. And I know of a mother and son duo.
Oh yeah.
Do a 10th floor.
Oh.
Podcast.
Hi.
We could.
This will be my character on TV because I will be nervous. Hey, walking down the red carpet is Sonny Corinthos, coffee entrepreneur of Port Charles. Hi, Sonny. How do you feel on Christmas?
They should, if they looked at the 10th floor. Here we are daydreaming, you guys.
I know. And people are new than I am. She would give me a job if it was in her power. Wait a minute, it is in her power.
They should have you do the red carpet. And they should have you impersonate the people as they approach.
Oh my goodness.
And as you talk to them. And then the characters are going to react in two separate ways. They're going to be pissed or they're going to think you're funny as all get out. Sonny's going to just want to put a knot on your head.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I would love all that.
Look at that Scotty Baldwin. And then Ken Schreiner just punches me. Just, what is that? I don't sound like that.
And since you have a wrestling background, you know how to take a bump, Matt.
Yeah, I would be able to protect myself on the fall, that's for sure.
That's right.
Goodness. Oh, Daisy Flower wants to make sure that you understand that she is not Aunt Daphne's doppelganger. So we're good.
I didn't think so, not really.
Alyssa doesn't want any more Christmas deaths unless it's Nina. Come on. Nina doesn't deserve to die. She just needs a psychiatrist.
Yeah, I don't want Nina to die at Christmas time, but I'm all for someone knocking the tar out of her.
So walloped in the head with a gift. I got you some bricks. Excuse me.
So Matt, what do you think Uncle Victor's next move's going to be?
Uncle Victor's next move is going to be somehow finding a new way to manipulate those involved. I don't know. That's going to be tough because they kind of beat him this week a little bit. They got Charlotte out of there. Anna escaped. Wasn't as smooth as what they were hoping, but
no,
she got out of there. That was the point.
She got out of there.
So yeah, I mean, Victor's going to have to recover, regroup. He definitely is not aligned with Valentine anymore because he was like, oh boy, maybe I've been focusing on the wrong Cassadine hair. Maybe it's Nicholas the whole time. And then Nicholas is also playing like this weird, I just don't trust him. We can't follow him. I'm gonna follow him though. Do what he says. So it's weird. I don't know what to say about it.
It is weird. I
don't trust him, but I'm gonna do what he says. Okay.
And how did Esme ultimately get off that dang island?
She stole the. I don't know. She stole the launch. She swam. She trained a shark to take her there. I don't know.
She must have got the cross on the launch somehow.
She has a canoe. She found a canoe, a raft, floating debris from the boat that blew up. What's her name?
At first, I thought Nicholas actually got hooked.
I thought they wanted you to think he got hooked, but no, he just got bumped on the head. I don't know if that was the same hook killer, if that was Esme, because it was not the same hook. Like it was very clear not the same hook because we've seen the hook, and secondly, Nicholas is like, this isn't the same hook.
I think yeah.
Has Mac and Cody's DNA results been announced? Cheryl, are you ready for the news for this? I will tell you. I'll tell you right now with you not having to watch the show. Cheryl, yes, the DNA results have been announced, and as far as Mac and Felicia, no, Cody is not related to Mac. Mac. He's been lied to. It's so sad because Cody knows the truth, and that is he is indeed Mac
Mac
Scorpio's
is the father.
son. Mac, you are the father. But Cody lied about it, and it was really interesting because Felicia was going to look at the thing, and then he was going to give it to her. So I don't know what Cody's plan was before Mac was like, "Hey, let's not bother with this." So I don't know what the original plan was there.
Yeah, I don't know what he was going. I think he just like maybe his idea and those dollars went off in his brain right when they didn't insist on seeing the results.
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. Dollars, dollars, dollars. And it was good. If you're paying attention, it was a good sequence of events there.
And also, Cody really wanted Mac to be his father.
But
because he mentioned wanting to spend time with him.
Right.
Why can't they still be friends and spend,
so beer, hang out. Hey, he left in a hurry. Is everything okay? Like,
throwing hatchets. We can go throw hatchets.
Felicia was pushy. Felicia was kind of rude. We saw a close-up of the test. We did see a close-up of the test. Felicia was pushy. Felicia was kind of rude. I think Felicia did a pretty good job of explaining herself. Like, hey, up until now, you showed very little interest in actually being a part of this family. And now that you're proven to not be, you are very concerned about our well-being, how we're doing. You want to hang out with Mac. Like, this doesn't match how you had felt before. This seems to be a temporary move of guilt. And we don't really need to entertain this for the next week. And then eventually you fall off contact. Like, I get it. I get it.
I think she was just kind of being a mama wife in a little bit.
Yeah, she was just definitely just setting the tone. There's no point. There's no reason to play around.
Well, ultimately, there's going to be lots of drama because they really were going to really embrace him.
Yeah,
he has now decided to lie
because he wants $35 million.
Because he wants to be. It's the first time it's been beneficial to be Taub.
Leopold Taub.
Yeah, it's the first time it's been beneficial, potentially beneficial to be a Taub.
Yeah.
So he decided not to be a Scorpio for that reason. That's too bad because you know what that tells me a lot. The character tells me about his character.
Means he's not a secret agent, Mom.
Cody, the character, his overall character as a human being.
He is not a secret agent like I wanted him to be.
Doesn't appear that way.
I'm really disappointed, General Hospital. You went for the low-hanging fruit there.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Yeah, you're right, Daisy. I was wrong. You're going to rub it in my face, Daisy, is what you're going to do? You're just be like, hey, you were wrong. Haha, see?
So who asked the question? That's the scoop.
Yeah, that's the scoop. That's what happened here. That's what happened here. So all of the people that were enjoying us talking about Nicholas, screw you. We're going to talk about Cody instead.
But yeah, Nicholas almost got the hook. Nicholas needs to clean his life up. My gosh, he's a mess.
Victoria.
And he's going to have to answer to his mama now because ultimately what Spencer told his grandmother was, you're going to have to ask my dad.
Yep.
Why they've had a falling out again.
Yep.
So he's not going to have a choice but to tell her the truth. And he might have to tell her the truth because here pops in this little young brunette, long-haired brunette with a big belly. And story there.
Man, Esbe's just such a dum-dum. Just
and
confronting Elizabeth.
And Laura told Spencer that she was, of course, not proud of, and she didn't say this part, but she wasn't proud of the actions that brought him to where he was. She was proud ultimately of how he handled them.
You're being a man. Where is Lucy? Lucy's being held captive by Victor somewhere, I am sure.
I'm sure of it too.
Let's see. Victoria, hey, welcome to the show, Victoria. This is the first time I think I've seen a contribution from you, if you didn't have a different name before. Do you think Mac will be upset if he finds out Felicia assisted in Anna's escape and was one of the masterminds? No. If anything, he'd be annoyed that they didn't bring him in.
Yep.
But then he would understand, well, I am the chief of detectives. So.
Yeah.
No, that's
That
not
would
going to
be
be a thing.
and they decided it, and that was actually pretty smart to leave him out of it because
Yeah.
everybody is in cahoots, including Jordan, really.
Yeah.
Um, so it leaves somebody with some authority at the police station that's not involved.
Plausible deniability is important. Nicholas screwed up by having his henchman know. Esme will manipulate that guard. Just give her time, says Lissa. I mean, that's entirely possible.
Oh,
Esme is able to just get people to want to bang her. So, you know.
yeah.
Cody is
Yes, you
slimy.
will.
Yeah, you're right, Cherry Ice Cream. Cody is kind of slimy. Oh, and
Yep.
I'm disappointed. I just didn't want that to be the direction. I understand that he's probably on some sort of redemption arc, like Lissa said, but also at the same time, bummer. And
It is a
redemption
bummer.
arcs are tired. Gosh, we've had so
And
many
so,
recently.
and potentially he was never interested in Britt either. And that's why he wanted the fake matches because
Right.
he was never really
You
interested
know,
in her to begin with. Ultimately, he was after that
as it
necklace.
turns out, he's just as bad as that one dude that was dating Maxie to get after
Yeah,
Felicia's
yeah,
diamonds.
exactly. He's like that Levi guy.
Levi, yeah. Oh, Levi. I'm also
Oh
Australian. You
my
can't
gosh,
trust
that was a
me.
hideous character. Oh, actually that was I can just say this out loud. That was a really poorly done storyline.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Well, it's
Oh,
been enough time. You can say it. Cody needs the hook. Oh, my gosh, Cherry. Oh, my gosh. I think Esme was crazy to climb down the parapet while pregnant using the tied sheets one could have ripped, says Kelly. It's entirely true, but she was desperate. She didn't want to be locked in there forever.
but she ultimately didn't do it at that point.
She didn't climb down? How'd you get out of there then? I thought you
She
climbed down.
didn't. She didn't at that point, I don't
Oh,
believe.
I thought you got out of there in some way. That's why she
She
potentially
started
attacked
it.
Nicholas.
She chickened out.
Eh,
Actually, she chickened out of
oh,
doing it that way.
I don't know how she got out of the room then. I guess I wasn't paying enough attention.
I think she got out of the room because the hook was trying to get him and she was able to escape.
Oh,
And he
well,
was all
there you
messed
go.
up.
Oh,
I think
because he
that's
did
how
walk
she
in there
got
and
out.
see the sheets like, oh my God, and then rushed out of there, maybe thinking that she had done it and then left the door open.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Cody needs a
That's how I
hook.
think she
No.
got out.
Cody and Maxie's relationship as brother and sister will have a new avenue for Maxie to explore. She has always had sisters. Yeah, and it would be great to develop a relationship between her and a gentleman that isn't romantic.
Yes,
You know,
it would be.
then bring Griffin back. I don't know why I want Griffin on the show, but I do.
I liked Griffin's character. I
Griffin was good.
did.
It was good. Dun dun dun, says Cheryl. Let's see, what else are these people talking about? I don't know. Angel food cake. Oh, I've actually really been on it with chat. I've really been
So,
on it. What's up?
so we talked about Victor already.
Yeah. Do you think Jordan is going to get in trouble with the FBI because the FBI seems to be like, oh, Jordan, you suck now?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. Oh, because Griffin is fine. I did enjoy Griffin without a shirt on. He was one of like, but then again, now you got Cameron Matheson on the show, all right? And so when, you can't have like two just totally ripped dudes, right? Or can you?
Well, I want the reason why I want Griffin on is because I want the storyline of Anna being his mother to come to be. That's why I want Griffin on.
They'll ruin it some way.
And Olivia, and remember Olivia, she said some crap about that as she was being carted out to jail. Didn't she?
Yeah, she's in jail.
Yeah, but she said something about Griffin. Now you'll never know.
Oh yeah. She was saying
Remember
something
that?
like I don't know. She was talking to Griffin once. She said she alluded to something to Anna, and then she was also talking to Griffin once, saying something like, "I see your mother's eyes in you, but it's not who you think it is." That kind of
Yes, yes, yes.
nonsense.
So actually having Olivia Jerome come back onto canvas at General Hospital and having Griffin at the same time makes really good sense, actually.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just bring them all in. Let's spend every dollar GHO. No, let's not spend every dollar GH has. We just talked about why that would be a bad thing. Oh goodness. Let's see. Yeah, we did talk about Heather and her BLTs. You got to go back and watch it.
Yeah, we did.
Next week I'll be on the show with a BLT myself, just crunching into the microphone.
Well, and we said what a great job Ali Mills has done.
Super fun.
Being
Super
kooky,
fun.
nutty.
We can go on YouTube. I was told in the chat, probably by Daisy. I don't know. I'm making that up. I'm sorry if it wasn't you, Daisy, or if it was. Anyway, we can easily go on YouTube and find Ali Mills's previous work as a crazy person on soaps. It's very easy to find. So we've been told that. So I'll have to take a look. Maxie's real dad is Frisco, so Cody would be Maxie's cousin. Yes, but she was raised by Mac. So I know that she called him Uncle Mac and calls him Mac and that kind of stuff. She recognizes that her father is Frisco Jones. But Maxie's
Briscoe
family unit
Jones.
is Felicia, Mac, Georgie, and herself.
Yeah.
So
Briscoe's the only relative, the living relative that I can remember, Tony, has been long passed away.
yeah. So technically, no, they wouldn't be brother and sister, but the relationship would be brother sister more so rather than cousin. But also depends because they've also sort of put some words in Maxie's mouth that has distanced her a little bit from Mac as a full-on father figure to her. You know, she said he was a great stepdad. She said
Yeah.
things like, that's the only thing that comes to mind right now. But
Yeah. I agree, though. She was more of a daddy's girl before
yeah,
than she's portraying now.
right. But you know, she's also her own woman.
Yes.
When she says her parents, says Chandra, she refers to Mac and Felicia. I would say so.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's cliffhanger, says Judy. Oh, do you still see the cliffhangers, Mama? You still see the little trailers? Or is that not on Hulu for you?
I did not see it for Friday because
Okay.
I watched it in different kind of way. The trailers weren't attached to it.
Okay. Well, apparently, Trina is going to visit Pittenville and follow Cameron's advice and go see Spencer on Monday or Tuesday, I guess.
Well, she's already there.
Oh, is she?
She already did it.
Oh, I don't know. I guess I missed the very
She's
end of
already
Friday.
on.
Okay,
She
so she
already
went there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good. So the Sabrina fandom is doing backflips over the fact that they're going to be sharing the screen. Oh my gosh, Mom.
So that was how they ended Friday.
Mama,
There's
these
no
people,
conversation yet.
These people looked at this thing, all right? They looked at this thing, this preview for next week and stuff, and they went, "Oh my God, I think that's the outfit that she's wearing in the pictures they took."
Well, probably was.
That's how it ended on Friday. Okay, thank you, Chandra.
Yes, that's how it ended. She went to go visit him.
Yeah.
And he was so happy to see her. And he did this.
Oh. Got to fix his hair.
And that's what he did.
He's got to fix his hair.
And then they sat down and
I'll have to finish Friday. I just got was.
I know, so I didn't get to, so yes, I know they're going to have the visit next week, but I didn't see the trailers.
Well, there we go. And the Sabrina fandom is like, oh my God, they're going to kiss. They have to kiss. They're going to kiss, right? They're going to kiss. And I'm like, how? You can't kiss. If they do kiss, then that guard's going to be like, hey, get away.
Well, that's true, but they let Spencer and Laura kiss. They let Spencer and Laura hug each other.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah. I peeped your hashtag for the show. Clever. Me? Clever? I'm clever? How am I clever? Tell me how I'm clever. Please compliment me. I need everybody to compliment me more. I need more compliments in my life.
Oh, Matt, come on.
No, it's just what gets me through. It's like fuel, you know? It builds me up and makes me feel great. Why hasn't Maxie learned? She's forcing Austin into her friends group in the exact same way she did Peter. Maxie doesn't learn anything. It's fine.
No, she has a tendency to make the same mistake over and over again.
Immediately began primping. So cute. Oh, it's true. Because it's like, oh, she's so pretty.
Yeah.
She's so pretty.
And I think what really
just
changed,
ripping the hair out of space.
I think what really made Trina decide to actually go was the whole letter thing. Finding out that what the letter entailed, and that Cameron actually knew what it said.
Yeah, yes, all of that stuff. Yeah, no, it's a push in the right
direction. To go see him.
She's gonna go see him, and then Rory's gonna be like, I saw on the visitors list that you went and saw Spencer, and I was just wondering if everything's cool, if you still like me. And she's gonna be like, you took me to a Comic-Con, bro. That's really low brow for me. Like, you really gotta aim higher when it comes to a classy dame such as myself. So. That's it. When I was done, go fight some crime and find somebody more age appropriate.
I'll be ghosting you now.
I'm 18. I don't know how to do this stuff. I'm just not going to talk to you anymore. There, I handled it. Oh, young people, if you're watching, which you're not, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ghost a friend. Don't ghost a significant other, and don't ghost work. It's really easy to just not show up to a retail job anymore, but don't do that. Don't do that. Do the right thing. Pass the shopping cart test, folks. That's what I'm going to say in life. Pass the shopping cart test. Ma, do you know what the shopping cart test is?
You put it back in the corral or not,
Yes, that is the ultimate
right?
test of somebody's true morality.
Well, I must be got an angel on one side and a devil on the other.
Because whether or
Because
not you put the cart in
I
the
do it
corral,
half the time.
whether or not you put the cart in the corral has absolutely no impact on your life. It is universally recognized as the correct thing to do. But if you don't do it, you're not going to be taxed, you're not going to be hit, you're not going to be fired, there's going to be no punishment. And if you do it, there's going to be no reward, you're not going to get a discount, anything like that. But putting the cart in the cart return, nobody can deny, is the right thing to do.
I agree.
So, with absolutely no consequence or reward, are you still going to do the right thing? And that's the shopping cart test. Folks, I passed the shopping cart test.
Well, like with most things, I'm a C student, so there you go.
Or shopping trolley, basket. I don't know exactly what it is that you call it from the part of the world that you're from. But the concept is the same. If you put it back, I mean, I'm not saying that if you don't put it back, you're not a good person, but I'm just saying, it's the shopping cart test. Anyway, Cyrus.
I think everybody kind of understands that.
Okay, good.
The shopping cart idea. I so. The first time I've heard it, but I like it.
Oh, goodness gracious. They let Spencer hold hands with Joss and Cam. Okay, well, there you go. I hope the first kiss isn't at prison, says Nikisha. If they had swapped out Carly and Drew and put Spencer and Trina on that same beach in Florida, people would have said it's the best TV that was ever created. So I don't think it really matters where it happens, so long as it happens.
Well, I hope it's not in that visiting room of the jail either.
No, they're just going to be like,
I want it to be next to the Christmas tree. I'm willing to wait. Just 3-4 weeks when the gets out.
If these people get what they want, and they're not, but if these people get what they want, they're gonna have one kiss, and then the next scene they're gonna be on a bearskin rug in front of a roaring fire, naked.
Yeah, I would love. You know me, I'm the soap opera Christmas. I love it.
I know.
I'm all for a Spencer Trina kiss under the mistletoe.
Mistletoe can be deadly if you eat it. This can be even deadlier if you eat it.
I like that kind of romantic, silly stuff at Christmas time, though. But it's interesting though. I don't watch Hallmark movies. I don't watch any of that stuff, even though I love it in soap operas. You would think, but I'd be watching the heck out of that stuff.
Probably an investment in the environment and the stories and the characters that you have in soaps that you don't have on just a generic Hallmark movie.
But also, I'm not a huge television viewer any longer.
That's true. You fall asleep too much. You can't be a huge television viewer. I'll write the hell up at a Hallmark Christmas movie
because of this right here.
Somebody hire me. I'll write you a Hallmark movie right now.
Half of my TV viewing time is
now scrolling timelines,
scrolling stuff and looking at stuff. I think my source of entertainment has just switched.
Most people's has.
Largely.
Most people's has. I've known somebody very well for 10 years. And the interest level in scripted weekly television has never been lower. YouTubes and all kinds of different other stuff has definitely taken over the entertainment. Now there's still movies. There's a lot of YouTube, but when it comes to weekly scripted television, the interest level is kind of waning. And I think that's true for a lot of viewers that exist today. Unless you're really into a type of show. Like if you're really into police procedurals, you're really into Chicago PD, all that kind of stuff, there's still a solid fan base there. But the general public really ain't sitting around their TV from 8 to 10, Monday through Friday, taking in shows.
Not any longer.
So
you're right. Yeah. I guess the way that pretty much all of us are absorbing our entertainment has changed.
Daisy says she doesn't see the Sabrina heat, but they are a cute couple, and that's what it is. They're a very cute couple. I think that the heat is very fan driven. There really hasn't been a whole lot that General Hospital has contributed to the insane popularity of Sabrina, other than the fact that they're not together, I guess would be the contribution. Because once they're together, it's going to be a completely different fandom. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they really, but they haven't had scenes. They did that tease, at the party before he went to jail, and that's, other than that, it's been a very paint by numbers romance,
Mhm.
soap romance and such. So is the heat there? Yeah, sure. They got chemistry. Their scenes together are fine. I think it was better with the other Trina, to be honest.
Yeah.
But that's just my feeling on it. And here's the
Hmm.
thing. Now that I said that, once we get a Sabrina fandom person in here watching this thing, it's over for us on YouTube, ma. Well,
You know
Twitter.
what, Matthew? I think that it's interesting that you say that because I agree with you. I agree
Yeah.
with you. First, Tabiana's um, with Nicholas. I don't like that pairing as Trina
Mm-hmm.
and Spencer as much.
Right.
However, I think Tabiana's all her scenes with other characters are better than what Cindy Michaelis were.
Mm-hmm. Right. So it's like
It's
Sydney
a
handled the romance portion with Spencer better than the emotional family stuff, and it's kind of the opposite
yeah,
now. Yeah, that
yeah,
makes sense. That makes sense. I don't know. I don't
yeah.
know. It's just I don't know. Now when it comes
And
down,
Taviana is seems more grown up as well.
yeah, definitely a more mature take on the character.
Mhm. Yep.
A little more wisdom, a little more less likely to jump down a throat. Um, it's cool. It's fine. Different takes from different folks.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't dislike it. I don't dislike her. All that kind of stuff. More power to Tabiana Ali. All
I
kinds of cool stuff. She's on this, like, she did a movie recently, or she small or large, doesn't matter. She gets it a thing, and people are like, hell yeah, Tabiana. Michael Blake cruises in something and like, you couldn't get more than a line, huh? You must suck. Like, it just, people are mean. That's all.
yeah.
Oh goodness, I agree with you on the other Trina is better pairing with Nicolas Chavez, but the current one is doing good overall. Yes, Victoria, absolutely. Please,
Yeah.
again, it's very easy for something to be taken out of context. It's very easy to only listen to half a statement and then turn your brain off because you're mad. But I definitely want everybody to know that I am not saying mean things at all.
No.
At all.
No, we're not mean people. We don't do that.
No, no,
You
no,
know,
no,
we
no. We're so
sometimes we get
easy to
snarky. Of
please,
course,
really.
we get snarky. We say that we like to make fun of things, but
We make it
really, we're
fun.
just making it
We
fun.
make it fun. That's what we do. That's what we do. This whole Willow thing that I'm like, like it's super. I'm like, come on. If I wasn't doing that, I wouldn't talk about it, right?
Right.
Anyway, that's how I feel.
Uh,
The current
and you would
Trina,
never do that to her, and you would never do that to Kate,
no, not at
unless
all.
General
No.
Hospital was paying you to,
And even then,
because we're doing the red
because we're doing the
carpet.
red carpet. Look, it's Willow Tate. Hi. Oh. No, so blah blah blah, yada yada yada. No, I would, and even then, I would hope that people are good sports about it because I'm not making fun. Again, I'm not making fun of them. I'm making it fun.
Mhm.
Highlighting character traits that these actors have to know exist in their characters. They're not blind and stupid. They read the scripts. They read the scripts, and they have to think about them more than we do.
Mhm.
Because they got to think about emotional stakes and where we are in this thing, and what might my character feel. And her mom died 6 weeks ago, and does it matter to her still while she has cancer, and blah, 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 all kinds of
Mhm.
stuff that is
Mhm.
going on that these actors are putting into it. So these actors, like, there's no way Cynthia Watros doesn't know how dumb Nina is. There's
Right.
no way. There's no way she doesn't read that script and go, oh, here's Nina again. Like, she just can't shut up about this, can she? But then when you watch the performance and you see the looks on her face and the conversations that she has with Ava, you can see that Cynthia Watros understands that Nina doesn't understand what she's doing.
Yes.
She just
Yes.
doesn't get that she's doing these things.
That spontaneous going back to TC.
To apologize.
Was Willow supposed to sit? Should Willow have said drop dead?
No.
No, I don't think so. I don't blame her for saying it, but no, I don't think she should have done that. But what the heck, Nina? You knew if you'd have thought about it for more than 10 seconds, you'd have known that
Yeah.
that was a bad idea.
Right.
And chances are someone's going to tell you to drop dead.
Right, right, right. But and she's just somehow naive to it. She's just
Yes.
missing that part of her social cues. I don't know exactly what it is. Is Sonny gonna go? Hey, I'm kind of noticing a little ADHD happening in your life here, Nina.
Well,
Maybe you need a
maybe,
pill. I don't know.
maybe Sonny's digging her a little bit because she is another female and he's kind of 10.
Maybe,
And
maybe,
that's Sonny's type.
maybe. Let's not lump all Sprina fans together. I'm a fan, but I don't get angry at the people who disagree. Okay, hey, it's really hard. Like, I have to just say that just as a reviewer, podcaster, person that puts their voice out in the public, to have to refer to a fandom as the Sprina fans who take it far too seriously, but the ones who are chill are fine, is just really difficult to work fluidly into an analysis on something. So unfortunately, every once in a while, you kind of do have to lump everyone together because it's a lot of effort to be like, so those Sprina fans who are too much, every time you mention them, it's a lot
Yeah.
of words to have to remember to say. And that's my defense on that. But like Chandra says, fans of your show know that we don't bash actors here. No apologies necessary. So
No, we don't. We appreciate every single one of them.
yeah, yeah. And and
Every single one of them. We do have our favorites.
we do have our favorites. And when it comes to
We
the
have
extreme
our
fans out
favorites.
there, I like to
And
make
we
fun of
don't
them.
have our
That's all.
favorites because we don't have our favorites because of the actor necessarily.
Yeah.
Man, maybe for me one. Because Michael Knight, I love myself some Michael Knight since I was 14. So
He's good. He
maybe,
really is.
maybe with him.
He's
Maybe
pretty
with
great.
him.
He's pretty great. I gotta admit, he's pretty.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's almost 1 o'clock, mother.
Oh,
Holy smokes!
holy
We just
smokes.
having too much fun talking to the chat about General Hospital and just talking about fandoms and stuff. And just
Yeah.
and it, all right. So just to close it out, when it comes to talking about Sabrina fandom, the reason why I target them so much when it comes to me making it fun, calling people a crazy fan is I'm not being mean. I'm not saying, hey, what are you
Mhm.
doing with your life? You're wasting your creativity and talent. No, that's not the case. I am sitting here doing a weekly show about General Hospital in which I receive $0 for this. I too could be considered a fan at an extreme level. I mean, look what I'm doing, right?
I guess that's a good analogy. We are, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we're out there. We're putting out creative content. We are reacting to the show. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for the fact that we were watching this 5 days a week. We get nothing from this. This
Well,
is
yeah,
our test.
our podcast originates from our own
Yeah,
fandom,
exactly,
our
exactly.
own
And
how we
so,
feel about GH.
if you were to go on the Sabrina hashtag on Twitter, you're going to see all kinds of GIFs and art and video clips and music videos and short stories and fan stories and edits and this, that, the other stuff. Like, people put some time and effort into creating this content for their other fans to enjoy. I just have to have a little laugh every once in a while when I come across a fake romance novel cover that has the 4 young characters on it and some sort of like Fabio like title and junk. It makes me laugh because I think that it's funny, it's entertaining that somebody has put this through like this romance novel lens and went
it's
into
art.
Photoshop and
And
did
it's art.
and it's art and it's good and I think it's fun and I laugh and I look at it and I like it and I comment on it every once in a while, but also at the same time, you've spent your time making a book cover for a couple of fake people on a show that 150,000 people watch. Like, it's extreme and fun.
Yeah.
And please don't attack me. That's all. But
Yeah.
do it. Go to the Springnet hashtag on Twitter and just take a look at the insane creativity that exists within that community. So I
Sure.
definitely have to put that over and say that that's a great thing. And something that triggered this too is I saw a random tweet from somebody in the community saying, "I'm so sorry for being so bothersome to the community of Sprina fans," and I was like, how interesting that this person feels this way.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at their stuff, and it's brilliant. It's great. It's beautiful. They spent a long time, like they put Nicolas Chavez and put his head on some hunky dude riding a horse, and then there was like snow coming down on this and it was detailed and it was good. And she tweets this thing saying, "I'm so sorry for being so bothersome. You guys don't like my stuff. I'm just invading. You guys are close knit. And I'm like, I need you to not stop doing this. I need you to continue to pump out this stuff. If nothing else, for you. Because clearly you have a great time. And
Yeah.
I feel like I kind of had to share that same lesson that I got when I was a teen. And I don't know how old this person is. I'm assuming. But when I was in theater and I had some parents and family members not able to come to a particular performance in high school and stuff, I was disappointed. And Mr. Lucian Vinci was like, well, you doing it for yourself or them? So, once you get past that and you realize that you're doing things for you, it doesn't matter who's there to support so long as you're having a great time. So remember that.
That's true.
Remember that.
That's
I don't know.
true.
I got on a crazy life tangent. The difference between hating a character, what a character does versus hating an actor. I might not like what the people do as their characters, but it's their job. Exactly. Sunny's type is blondes, mother.
That's true. Blondes that need to count to 10.
Nina has a lot of hate from Carly fans.
Except for Brenda, though, right?
Well, that just wasn't going to last.
His biggest, one of his biggest romances, off and on romances, has been Brenda, and she's always been a brunette. And I believe that Lily was brunette as
well. Alyssa loves to hate Nina. There we go. I began hating her when how she treated Lulu was MS. Oh, when she was Michelle Stafford. Gotcha.
Yeah. Well,
like when she had MS. When did Nina have multiple sclerosis? No, okay. Sorry, Michelle Stafford. New Trina gives me a different vibe. She needs to try her other chemistry with a girlfriend. Maybe Trina can be bisexual. I don't know. See, I can usually tell if somebody's gay, but I can't really tell if somebody's a lesbian because I'm not one myself. Let's see, or bisexual. I'm going to set an alarm for next week, says Kelly. Everybody do so. You know what? You like and subscribe to this channel right now. Like the video. When we're done, leave a comment, all that kind of stuff. And then set an alarm for next week. Also, when you subscribe to the channel, you can also hit the little bell icon. And you'll get a notification in your phone or on your YouTube.com when you log into it saying, hey, we're live. Or, hey, there's a new video. So check that out and do that kind of stuff.
Oh, and you guys, I think Matthew and I mentioned this earlier on another episode that we're probably going to do a Christmas thing. So look for us. I think probably we haven't decided exact date, but probably the second Saturday of December.
Sure. That'll be like December 10th or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometime after you get your tree up.
And my tree is going to probably go up the weekend of Thanksgiving. Yeah.
And,
so now that I have retired again, I have more time, so that stuff will be done faster. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking around that time.
Okay, we'll do a soap Christmas special.
We are going to do a soap Christmas special.
Spotlight on all my children, of course, because they had wonderful Christmas times. Look up some clips of that miracle bringing angel of the Lord. You know what I'm talking about. Father Patty O'Malley. I don't know. I'm making it up. I don't know his name. I always call him Patty O'Malley because he was Irish.
I think that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be, Natalie, go see your family through the window. Somebody was resurrected. Some, who was it? Who got a baby or something? I don't remember. Angie, see through your eyes once more. Matt dressed as Santa? No, but we'll get a picture of my dad.
Your dad's not growing his full beard for Christmas this year.
Well, fine. But, sure. I'll put on my Christmas sweater and a beard. The Grinch? Oh, I'm too nice to be the Grinch. Come on, you guys. Come on.
The Grinch?
The Grinch. I'm a mean one, Mr. Matt. I really am. No, but I played one on TV. Matt and Cat, or Mama Cat and Matt are taking our family talking about a show, and we get to join in on the fun. It's all love here, says Chandra. Chandra, you're so amazing. Thanks, Chandra. Cat is Mrs. Claus. See, if I was Santa and Cat was Mrs. Claus, then that means she would be my wife, and that's weird.
Yeah,
so no
that's weird.
But she can be the head elf Bernard.
Now I've actually decided. I'm going to be a particular character. I'm going to be a character from all my children.
Oh, even I don't know this. I mean,
that's what I'm going to do.
She's going to be Opal, everybody. Just wait for the short red wig. Cat has a Mama Claus. If Matt is Santa, Mama Claus. Cat Claus.
That's true.
Christmas horror film. Oh, Melissa. All right, folks. All right. All right. Did you like and subscribe yet? Because if you did, I'm gonna go. Gonna get on the elevator.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you guys. What are we like? Just a handful away from
Last time I
400.
looked, there was like two. I can look right now. Where's my
It
telephone?
was like 397 last time I looked.
I'm gonna look right now, Ma. I'm gonna look right in this very moment in time and see where we're at. Are you ready? Are you ready for the
Yep,
big
I'm
reveal?
ready.
Oh man, sign in. Ugh. I had to change the password because I can't remember the password ever now. I told you I'm old.
You are not old. I'll let you know when you're old, okay? I'll be the barometer on that. I'll let you know.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, all right, fine. All right, I'm not old. I'm a young one, Mr. Matt. 10th Floor Podcast. Oh, this is riveting radio and television right now, you guys.
I know,
Riveting.
right? So,
Riveting.
did you figure it out?
398. We're two away. Two away. Come on, two folks.
398?
Two. Hey, audio listeners. Listen, all right. Listen, and then go onto YouTube and then subscribe even if you're not going to watch it. You know, support us on both ways. If you subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the podcast. If you
Yeah,
subscribe to the
even if
podcast,
that's
subscribe to the
not
podcast. It's really that easy. If you're exclusively a video watcher, go find us on Apple, Google, all that kind of stuff, and give us a 10-second listen on there as well, just to keep the numbers going. Once we get 1,000 subscribers, then we can really start doing some super awesome, really cool stuff for two reasons. One, YouTube's going to start paying us, and that's going to be great. And secondly, when we have 1,000 followers and YouTube paying us, maybe I can be like, hey person, come be on the show. I'll give you $10. And they'll be like, oh man, $10 for an hour. That's a deal. And then they'll be here.
Hey, you guys, anybody got any pointers for us to get some gifts, get some guests?
Oh, come on.
Let us know.
We just got to continue to rise. We got to continue to just rise our star, continue to be as fun and as entertaining, continue to bring these people here every Sunday at 11 a.m. for the 10th floor. And, you know, all that kind of stuff. But we're
all that.
I mean, if you want to talk for another 10 minutes, Ma, we can be on for a solid 2 hours if that's what you're looking for. Otherwise, get the hell out of here.
We got to get, well, you know, I got some things I need to do around here, actually.
All right. Well, hey, folks, we're gonna be here every single Sunday. You know, keep your eyes out as well because there's Suds in the Squared Circle that's gonna be starting on YouTube. I know that GH Sunday Shift also has a YouTube show. Of course, there's the GLJ Soap Media Block, which is, you know, what it is. You know, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. But you know, we're always gonna be here. So come check us out every Sunday. Right here on YouTube.
Every Sunday.
We'll be here. We'll be here to talk it out. Have a great time. To say, Willow, man, you make poor choices. But you know what, Caitlin McMullen, you sure are pretty. You know? Anyway. Kelly, you have a great week. We got another subscriber, Ma. We're now at 399. That's it. All right, we're almost there. We're almost there to almost there to almost there. All right, we're almost to 400, which is almost 500, which is halfway to
I feel
1,000.
like I feel like we've just right now. We became a telethon just now.
Wouldn't that be crazy? Just a subscriber-a-thon. That would be something. I would be so raspy at the end of it. But if we could do like a 6-hour live stream, right, in which we have celebrities come in, right, and then William Lipton sings a song, you know, it's like, oh, you're my North Star. That's what we can do for the Christmas thing. Can you imagine? I gotta start reaching out to people. Finola Hughes, I know you're not watching. I know that you have never heard of the 10th floor, Finola, but come on. Come on. Okay, you've heard of the 10th floor because we told you about it.
Yeah, you've heard about it, but just once.
You signed a mug with it on there, and if you were paying attention, maybe you read it. I don't know. Might have been thinking about your Saturday night and the fever you were gonna have. I don't know. Okay, well, I'm getting out of here. I'm going on the elevator. I'm going on the elevator. I'm getting down to the first floor. I'm getting out of this hospital. I'm going in the parking garage. I'm going to duck and dive and weave and dodge away from Olivia Jerome as I get into my car. I'm going to turn my radio on to previous episodes of The 10th Floor, which you can find all over your podcasters, Apple, Google Play, all that kind of stuff. Look for it. If you can't find it, reach out to me. I'll tell you where to find it. And we'll see you right here next time, right here on The 10th Floor. I'm going to go spend some time with my family, even though I just did. So you guys do too. I've been Matt.
And I'm a cat.
And we'll catch you right here next time on The